disturbing fact of life for too many women, getting hassled on the streets while they're on a run.
What kinds of things have you heard?
Hey, baby, or...
It's pretty hard to even run up the street without someone beeping or shouting something.
Here's Lisa Guerrero.
We came to world-famous Venice Beach to turn the tables on the catcallers. How'd we do it? Well, we put a camera on the back of this bike, a camera on the front of this bike, and we hired a fitness trainer.
Great plan.
Thank you.
He likes your plan, Chief.
Okay, so your plan is to entrap a bunch of men to make a bunch of innocuous comments towards a woman who is aesthetically attractive and is wearing revealing workout gear. Is it just a slow news day or something? Because this story hasn't even started and you seem incredibly horrible at your job.
Amber Wyrick says she's well aware of the problem.
I get catcalls everywhere, every day of my life, especially when I run.
We were with Amber when she went for a jog.
Nice choker. That's an interesting jog, full of makeup and a choker.
He yelled it out loud enough that other people could hear it and people were looking. And when that happens, that's embarrassing.
Nobody cares, Sean. Nobody cares.
She deserved to be yelled at here on the sidewalk.
What, being yelled at? I don't think anybody was yelled at. Honey, it's funny. If I see somebody running and jogging in makeup, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that checks out. That sounds about right.
That wasn't a catcall. That was a man who was justifiably pointing out the stupidity of a woman who decided to go for a jog while wearing makeup, a choker, and revealing workout clothing. Mind you, this was on the beach during a 98-degree day. He clearly wasn't hitting on her because he has way too much respect for himself, and he wasn't hitting on you either, woman, because nobody's standards deserve to be that low.
So, matched with this guy named Luke, and he wanted to text instead of being on the app, and I was like, not a good idea on your part, but okay.
That doesn't make sense.
So I give him my number, he texts me, he's like, hey, this is Luke, and I immediately like, hey, don't send a D-pic, this is a work phone, I will get in trouble, and then I'm gonna have to hunt you down like Liam Neeson and take it. Like, please don't do it.
Oh, I'm so scared.
Okay, first off, it's Liam Neeson, not Nielsen, you unsophisticated harlot. Second, why are you sending him your work number? Once your boss finds out that you're using your work form to try to get guys with your oozing mineshaft of never-ending anguish, you're gonna get written up regardless. And finally, you're threatening a guy who's clearly brain damaged because nobody in their right mind would ever want to associate themselves with you thanks to your god-awful demeanor. What's your problem, lady?
Remember, your biological clock is ticking.
So then he goes on to be like, what if it's a classy D-pic? And then he starts asking for boob pics, and I was just like, okay, this is 2 seconds. Like, we're 2 seconds into this.
What in God's holy name are you blathering about?
This is something special. This is a woman who has gotten extremely annoyed and offended at the very subject that she brought up herself. And the best part of it all is that none of this would have happened if she never brought the subject up in the first place. And to this poor soul's credit, he is trying to keep the conversation fun and a little flirty. God only knows why, but she is dead set on being pissed off at him because she is a bitter old hag who has nothing better to do with her life.
So I said, Lucas, you're being rude, which is his legal name, which he did not catch on to. He then responds back, ha ha ha, my mom is the only one that calls me that. And I'm like, you mean Patricia? Dude himself. I'm like, you gave me your phone number. I could drain your bank account at this point. Stay on the apps.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
Well, hold up. You abused your work authority and openly threatened to steal a man's identity while using a dating app on your work phone. And this was all because you couldn't tell that he was obviously joking about a subject that you brought up? Honestly, lady, I'm rather impressed. It takes a bold woman to openly project every single unappealing aspect of your personality for the entire planet to witness. And for that, I think you deserve a round of applause.
Whoa!
What are 3 red flags in a guy's bedroom?
Empty trash can.
Oh.
Means he emptied it right before you got there.
What?
So a turn off for you is when a man cleans up after himself in the event of having company. You know, it's refreshing to see that a woman will openly admit that she has a massive fetish for being unsanitary. I mean, it's gross and undesirable and completely devoid of any logic that a toddler would have, but you know, refreshing to somebody, I'm assuming.
I feel like to puke.
Not a done bed, so the sheets all over the place just shows that he's just messy. He couldn't just do one thing when he woke up that is mandatory.
Objection!
So you like it when a man's garbage is overflowing and all over his floor, but you don't like it when his bed isn't made because it's a mandatory thing you need to do in the morning? You know, I'm starting to regret saying that this woman was devoid of the basic logic that a toddler possesses because it's clear to me that her brain pan has to be mostly packing tape and bubble wrap in order for any of that to make sense.
Checkmate. Checkmate. Checkmate.
Dang. And having a gaming console.
Oh, that's a red flag.
Yeah, very bad one. Means that they're just like a couch potato and just like gaming and just like way too into the whole gaming thing.
That's crazy! Guys really love to game, huh?
They do. Sometimes I feel like their little connection with their friends on there is a little too much.
Could you ever date a gamer?
No.
Nobody cares what you think.
Translation, she banged a lot of dudes, and after they were done, they wanted to play video games because she is an airheaded moron with nothing interesting to say. Going online and playing some Call of Duty was significantly more stimulating and interesting than trying to have a basic conversation with this pathetic excuse for a human.
So if you were talking to a guy and you found out he played video games, what would you do?
I would just like keep him as a lay and then just go home right after.
Stop, don't come back.
I'm honestly gonna take back 1/8 of the things I've said about this stupid idiot because the fact is she is willing to do dudes a favor and give them literally every single thing that they want. Good on you, lady. You're only 99% stupid. And that's gonna do it for today's video, gentlemen and gents. As always, if you find that my particular brand of comedy is bringing you to the brink of laughter, then why don't you scroll on down and click that like and subscribe button and ring the notification bell so we can give the good old-fashioned middle finger to the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much for checking out the new video, and until next time, peace out, homies.